Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? This time, we're going deep into Grok 3, the AI model that's got everybody buzzing.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's talking about it.
And for good reason. We've got xAI's own announcement right here, straight from the source.
That's right, fresh off the press.
So no need to wade through all the hype. We're going to break it all down for you. Okay, so right off the bat, they're claiming Grok 3 is smarter, faster, just better all around. But what really caught my eye was this whole thing about Grok 3 being able to think, to actually solve problems, like really think for minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's not just a marketing gimmick. It's actually pretty incredible what they've done with this one.
Really?
Yeah, xAI really went all out with Grok 3's design and training, even built this thing on their Colossus supercluster.
Colossus supercluster.
There's beast. 10 times the computing power of any system they used before. Basically a giant AI brain.
10 times.
At least.
Wow. But, I mean, what does all that computing power even do? Like, what does it let Grok 3 do?
Think of it like solving a huge puzzle. Millions of pieces. The more power you have, the faster you can sift through all those pieces, find the connections.
Okay, I'm with you.
Grok 3 can analyze info in minutes. Stuff that would have taken older models weeks, maybe even months.
It's like having a super-powered research assistant connecting all the dots for you instantly.
Exactly. And that actually brings us to one of the most groundbreaking things about Grok 3. Reinforcement learning.
I've heard that term before, but to be honest, I'm not sure I really get it.
No worries. It's kind of like learning to ride a bike.
Okay.
You start off wobbly, making mistakes, but you figure it out eventually, right?
Right.
Well, Grok 3 learns the same way, tries different things, sees what works, refines its strategy.
So it's not just following instructions, it's actually learning and getting better as it goes.
Exactly. And get this learning from experience thing is what lets Grok 3 show us its thought process.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We can kind of see inside the AI's brain, see how it's thinking.
No way. Like, for real.
Yep, they even put a think button right in the interface so you can see the steps Grok 3 is taking, how it's figuring stuff out.
That is wild. I bet researchers are going to have a field day with that.
I know, right? It's a huge step toward transparency in AI, something people have been asking for. But hold on, it gets even crazier. Grok 3 doesn't just think. It puts that thinking into action.
Oh yeah, I read about this, the Break-Pong game.
Exactly. Grok 3 actually created a whole video game, used the Pygame library, took the instructions, generated the code, boom, playable game.
Wow, but it's not like some simple Hello World program, right?
No, we're talking graphics, movement, scoring, the whole 9 yards.
So Grok 3 isn't just crunching numbers or translating languages, it's actually problem solving, being creative.
Yeah, almost.
Human.
That's what has everyone so excited. It's like we're seeing a whole new level of AI, and then there's its performance on all the standardized AI tests, you know, those benchmarks.
Yeah, I saw that. Blowing them all out of the water, AIME, GPQA, LiveCodeBench. But I got to be honest, those are just names to me. What do they even measure?
They're designed to test very specific AI skills, you know, like isolating different aspects. So that's all about mathematical reasoning. Can the AI understand and work with math? And then GPQA, that focuses on understanding complex questions and giving accurate answers.
So it's not just that Grok 3 is smart overall, it's excelling in areas that used to be really tough for AI.
Exactly. And it's not just passing these tests, it's getting scores way higher than anything we've ever seen.
It's like setting a whole new standard for what AI can do. But I gotta ask, with all this focus on thinking and reasoning, how does Grok 3 handle other stuff, like image recognition or understanding videos?
That's a great question. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Even with its reasoning turned off, Grok 3 is still incredibly powerful. The announcement says it's top performing in all sorts of areas: image and video analysis, natural language processing, even code generation.
So like it has this massive base of knowledge that it can use for any task, even without the deep thinking.
Exactly. It's all thanks to this thing called pre-training.
Pre-training.
Like giving an AI a giant library filled with everything: books, articles, code, all of it.
I see.
That's basically pre-training. It gives Grok 3 this massive knowledge base to work with.
So instead of starting from scratch every time, it can just tap into all that knowledge and learn even faster.
You got it. And that leads us to one of the coolest applications of Grok 3, DeepSearch.
DeepSearch, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. What is that exactly?
Imagine a search engine that doesn't just give you a list of links, but actually understands what you're looking for and gives you a real, insightful answer.
Okay.
That's the idea behind DeepSearch, xAI's first attempt at creating an AI agent.
Agents. Now I'm picturing secret agents with those little earpieces.
No, not quite. When we talk about AI agents, we're talking about a system that can interact with the world, gather information, and do stuff to achieve a goal.
So, like a robot?
Kinda, but more of a software robot, a digital assistant.
Okay, I'm starting to do it.
DeepSearch is an agent that can search through mountains of data, analyze it, and give you a clear understanding of what it all means.
So instead of just giving me a bunch of links, it gives me an actual answer to my question.
There you
That
go.
would have been a lifesaver back in college.
I know, right? All those hours spent digging through research papers, DeepSearch could totally streamline that, let the AI do the heavy lifting.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
But if AI can do all this, does that mean, humans are going to become obsolete?
That's the question everyone asks. But I think it's more about AI changing the way we work, not replacing us entirely.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Imagine, AI automating all the boring, repetitive stuff, freeing up humans to focus on creative, strategic work.
Collaboration instead of competition.
Exactly. And Grok 3 is a perfect example of that. Remember that Break-Pong game?
Yeah.
It didn't replace game developers. It gave them a new tool to create even more amazing games.
I see your point. It's like how we use computers and software now. They don't replace us. They help us do things we never could before.
Right.
But with AI getting so much smarter, there are concerns, right?
Oh, of course. Any powerful technology has risks. One big one with AI is unintended consequences.
Unintended consequences.
Yeah, like as AI systems become more complex, more independent, we need to make sure they're still aligned with human values, human goals.
So it's not just about making AI smarter. It's about making sure it's still beneficial, still safe for humanity.
Exactly. That's where responsible AI development comes in. It's all about designing and using AI in a way that minimizes harm and maximizes the good stuff.
That sounds really important. But what does responsible AI development actually look like in practice?
Well, it's a lot of things. You have to consider the technical stuff, ethical guidelines, the whole package. For example, developers need to be really careful about bias in the data used to train AI.
Bias, like in the data itself.
Exactly. We don't want AI perpetuating harmful stereotypes, right? And then there's transparency, making sure AI is explainable, that we can understand how it's making decisions.
So building trust and accountability into these systems. But it's not just on the developers, right?
Nope, it's everyone's responsibility. Policymakers, researchers, even the general public, we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI. We need to have those open conversations about the ethics, develop regulations for responsible use, and just generally educate ourselves about the benefits and risks.
It's definitely a complex issue.
It is, but there are a lot of people working hard to ensure AI is developed and used for good.
Well, that's good to hear, because with everything Grok 3 can do, it's reassuring to know that people are trying to make sure it's used for the right reasons.
For sure.
And speaking of cool stuff, xAI is hinting at even more exciting things in the future, right?
Oh, yeah. They mention API access, letting developers integrate Grok 3 into their own applications. And they're talking about creating even more powerful AI agents that can interact with the world in even more sophisticated ways.
It's like Grok 3 is just the tip of the iceberg. Where do you think this is all headed? What are you most excited about?
The possibilities are endless. Imagine AI helping us solve those big scientific mysteries, accelerating medical discoveries, maybe even tackling climate change.
Wow.
Grok 3 is a glimpse into a future where AI could help us tackle some of humanity's biggest challenges.
It really is mind-blowing when you think about it, like how much AI could change the world.
It really is, and it's not just the practical stuff. It's making us rethink what intelligence even is.
Right. When you see something like Grok 3 reasoning, learning, even creating, it really blurs the lines between human intelligence and AI.
Exactly. It's like, are we really that different?
Yeah. Are we just like super complex biological machines, or is there something more to us,
Deep stuff. But that's what makes AI so fascinating. It pushes us to ask those big questions.
Yeah. I mean, what does it even mean to be intelligent? AI might be the key to figuring that out.
It really could. By studying AI, we might just understand our own minds better. It's like holding a mirror up to ourselves.
So AI could be a tool, not just for solving problems out there in the world, but also for understanding ourselves, like internally.
Exactly. And as AI keeps evolving, who knows what other questions it'll raise about who we are, our place in the universe, all of it.
It's kind of daunting, but also super exciting.
Yeah.
Like we're on the edge of something huge, and AI is leading the way.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. The future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we're creating together right now.
So we're not just watching this happen. We're actually part of it, shaping how it all unfolds.
Exactly. That's why those conversations about the ethics of AI are so important, making sure it's developed responsibly, minimizing risks, all of that.
It's everyone's responsibility, not just the people building it.
Totally. We all got to be involved. Researchers, developers, policymakers, the public, everyone needs to have a voice.
It's about making sure AI benefits all of humanity, not just a few. Using this powerful technology to create a better world for everyone.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Grok 3, what's the one thing you want listeners to take away from all of this?
Remember this, Grok 3 isn't just some cool new AI model, it's a sign of what's to come. This is just the beginning. AI is going to change everything, how we live, work, how we interact with the world.
It's going to be an incredible journey, that's for sure. Full of possibilities, some exciting, some maybe a little scary. But we'll be here to help you navigate it all, every step of the way.
We'll be here. So stay curious, keep exploring, and join us next time for another deep dive into the world of AI.
Until then,